So guys, this is the last part that we're going to talk about the simple present tense, this time interrogative form and short answers. So before we start, let's remember, when do we use the simple present? The simple present is the tense used to express permanent situations or events that regularly repeat or always occur. So when you want to ask something about the subject, we use the simple present in its interrogative form. The simple present tense in its interrogative form has this structure. So first of all, we need to use do or does. After that, we're going to use the subject. I, he, she, it, they, we, you, okay? My mother, your sister, your teacher. And then the verb, okay? Walk, talk, run, fly, jump, hunt, eat, drink, and so on, okay? When are we going to use do? We're going to use do for all the subjects except the third person of singular, in this case he, she, or it. For he, she, and it, instead of using do, we are going to use does. Okay, it's very simple. Here, as you can see, for I, you, they, and we use do. So yeah, we ask, do I have? Do you swim? Do they hunt? Do we eat? This is the structure, okay? But for he, she, and it, it's a little bit different because instead of do, you're going to use does. For I, you, they, and we use do in the beginning of the sentence. You, it doesn't matter if it is in the singular or plural, we use you, right? And for the third person of singular, we use does. Here I have some examples to help you understand better. So when we talk about gorillas, maybe you have so many questions about them. For example, do gorillas live in forests? I'm talking about gorillas in plural. So if I would substitute gorillas by a pronoun, it would be they. So I use do. Do gorillas or do they live in forests? But in the second question, now I have a gorilla in singular, right? So instead of using do, I'm going to use does. Because if I would substitute a gorilla by a pronoun, the pronoun would be it. So does it eat plants? Or does a gorilla eat plants? Okay, so that's the difference. Gorillas here in the first question is in plural, so I use do. In the second question, gorilla is in singular, so I use does. And here I'm talking to you, so I need to use do as well. Do you like gorillas? I'm using do because I'm talking to you. Every time I use the pronouns I, you, they, or we, I need to use do, okay? Now let's see how we give short answers. If I ask you, for example, do you like cats? You don't answer yes, I like. So we need to use the auxiliary verb do or does in your answer instead of repeating the main verb. For example, here I brought some questions. Does a bird fly? If you have the animal in singular, we need to use does, okay? So the answer is yes, it does. If you pay attention, the question starts with auxiliary verb does. If you have the question with does, your answer will also be with does. This is very important. Here, the animal is in singular. So you have, does a bird fly? The answer is yes, it does. It, because we're talking about a bird in singular form, and does because we are using auxiliary verb. Okay. In the second question, we have, do penguins swim? Now, if you pay attention again, the question starts with auxiliary verb do, because we're talking about penguins in the plural form. So it would be they, right? So do they swim? Yes, they, because I'm talking about the penguins, they do. Do is the auxiliary verb. And the third example, here it's very important. Every time I ask you something and I use you, of course, I need to answer with I. So if I say, do you eat meat? Of course, you're going to answer yes, I do, or no, I don't. Okay? And for the negative form, you use no and don't or doesn't. So yes, it does. No, it doesn't. Yes, they do. No, they don't. Yes, I do. No, I don't. Okay, so you just need to change does to doesn't and do to don't. Now we have another question. Do you and your family take care of the environment? So this question is not only for you, and it's not only about your family, it's about you and your family together. We have the question starting with auxiliary verb
do. So you also need to answer with do. To answer, you just substitute you and your family by a pronoun. Which pronoun will it be? Yes, we. So the answer is yes, we do.
So now let's transform this sentence into the interrogative form, okay? So the first sentence is, Teacher John has a monkey. So how can I transform this affirmative sentence into a question? Yes, very good. Does teacher John have a monkey? This is very important to remember because has we add this s only the affirmative sentences of the simple present tense. Okay? In the negative and interrogative forms, we don't use s. Okay? We just use the regular verb. So, does teacher John or does he have a monkey? The second question, the owl eats insects. How can I transform this sentence into a question? Yes, does the owl eat insects? Okay, so we need to start the question with does because the owl is in singular. Okay, and then we add the verb eat. My sister loves toucans. So in the interrogative form, this sentence is yes, does my sister love toucans? So remember, you need to start the sentence always with do or does. Okay? Porcupines have sharp quills. Pay attention now because this animal is in plural. So how can I transform this sentence into the interrogative form? Yes, do porcupines have sharp quills? So now we need to use do because porcupines is in plural, right? So the pronoun is they. So it's different from the other sentence. In the first sentence, I have teacher John, he. The second sentence, I have an animal, it. In the third sentence, I have a girl, so she. Here, no, I have animals in plural form, so they. Do they have sharp quills? So, very good. Okay, now this is very interesting. Okay, I have here four animals and I want you to give me short answers. But these questions are about the animals or about you or about someone from your family, but I want you to give me short answers. So let's try. Do camels have humps to store fat? If you don't know, humps are these parts of the body that the camels have on their backs. Okay, so these are called humps. Do camels have humps to store fat? Yes, they do. Very good. If I substitute camels by pronoun, it would be they. Very good. Do you usually see alligators? Okay, yes, very good. Probably you answered no, I don't, right? But if you do, oh my God, I think that's something terrible, right? You see alligators? So probably you answered no, I don't. I hope so. Does your mother have a lion? Oh my God, I hope you answered no, she doesn't, right? I hope you don't have a lion inside your house. So probably you answered no, she doesn't.
Does a giraffe have a long neck?
If you observe the picture, you can see. Yes, yes, it does. Okay, you cannot use he or she because you don't know
If this giraffe is male or female, okay?
so that's why you need to use it. Now we have the opposite, okay? You have the answers and you need to create or make up questions for these answers. To do this, you need to use question words. Do you remember question words? What, when, where, why, how, who. So when you want to use a question word, you use the question word before the rest of the question. So for example, what do you study every day? Where do you live? So you start with the question words. So look, pay attention to the answer and try to create a question. Sea turtles eat seagrass. So how do you create a question for this answer? Yes, very good. What do sea turtles eat? Very good. The second answer, sea turtles live in the ocean. Very easy. Yes, where do sea turtles live? Next sentence. Sea turtles swim by using their flippers. So if you don't remember, flippers are these adaptations, these physical adaptations that the sea turtles have so they can swim in the ocean, okay? So which question would you use? Yes, how do sea turtles swim? By using their flippers. Very good. So this is it. It's very simple, right? So now you have some questions on Google Forms. I'm sure all of your answers will be correct, right? Because you paid attention to this video class. If you have any questions, don't forget, you can send me an email and I'll be glad to help you. Bye!